Hello everyone, welcome back to the online learning session. In the previous session, we have understood the voucher system of accounting and which is the core of bookkeeping. So when we are entering the transactions into different books, we require something. So it is based on a source document. So voucher system plays a very important role in accounting. Now, today we are going to understand the point, that is accounting process. So, what exactly a accounting process? Financial accounting concerns that part of accounting which is meant for serving all the parties externally to the operating efficiency of all the firms. The external parties are the creditors, investors, employees, regulatory bodies, and the general public. So, at the introductory stage, financial accounting deals with the subject bookkeeping and accountancy. So, the art of bookkeeping is to keep a record of financial transactions. And accounting process starts with accounting, that is identification and analysis of the transactions and events. Then after that we can record those transactions in the journals. Then after journalizing the transactions, we are going to prepare the ledgers and we will post all the journal entries into the respective ledgers. So once we have posted those ledgers, then we have to find out the unadjusted trial balance, and for that we have to follow what, the existing entries, and after that we are able to prepare the adjusted trial balance. So with the help of trial balance we can prepare the financial statement, that is trading account, profit and loss account, and the balance sheet. And from that balance sheet we are doing the closing entries, like transferring of the amounts to the general reserves and the uh, other things. And once we are doing the closing entries, the post closing trial balance is prepared. So this is all about the accounting process, in which the accounting process which starts with the identification and analysis of the transactions. So what exactly this means? So the accounting process starts with identifying and analyzing business transactions and events. Not all the transactions and events are recorded in the accounting system. Only those that pertain to the business entity are included in the process. So for example, a personal loan made by the owner that does not have anything to do with the business is not accounted for. The transactions identified are then analyzed to determine the accounts affected and the amounts to be recorded. So the first step includes the preparation of business documents or a source document. A business document serves a basis for recording a transaction. So the transactions are of two types. The first type is monetary transaction and the second is non-monetary transaction. So what is monetary transaction? So a person dealing in money or money's worth. So we'll take an example that Mr. Sham gives his car to his friend Sagar on hire basis for a day. So here it is on hire basis, so which means that it is on the basis of money or money's worth. So it is a monetary transaction. So what is a non-monetary transaction? A person not dealing in money or money's worth. Example, again Mr. Sham gives his car to his friend Sagar for a single day use. Here there is no word such as hire or money is there in this transaction. So this type of transaction is non-monetary transaction. Now as you have been cleared with the monetary transactions and non-monetary transactions, which is the first step of accounting process, then moving towards the second step, that is what, the journalizing the transactions. So how to journalize? So in accounting system generally there are two types of bookkeeping, that is the Indian system and the English system. So Indian system is called as traditional method and the English system is called as the modern method. So now the traditional method is again of two types, that is single entry system and cash system. So we'll see in detail what is a single entry system. So there are many entrepreneurs having small scale businesses. Such small traders often deal exclusively in cash, buying from the wholesale markets and selling through it local market stalls. So or hawking their products from house to house in vehicles adopted for the purpose. So to such traders, there is really no need for written records. So they can conduct their entire affairs from the trousers packet, their own trousers packet. So the records maintained are mainly regarding cash transactions and personal accounts of the debtors. So now you are clear with the single entry bookkeeping system. So now what is cash system? So the cash system of bookkeeping is generally adopted by such organizations where all the transactions that takes place are for cash only. So in this system, debtors and creditors accounts are maintained and therefore there is no need for keeping personal ledger accounts. So this system is used by the institution whose aim is not to create or earn profit. So they generally prepare income and expenditure statements with the help of cash book. Generally cash system is used by the non-profit organizations. Now as you are clear with the traditional methods of accounting, that is single entry bookkeeping system and cash system, now we will see what is modern method of accounting, which is also called as the English system. So modern method is of double entry system of bookkeeping. So bookkeeping is based on the principle of double entry, that is every transaction is having two effects, a debit and credit. So debit is equals to credit. So double entry bookkeeping is the most scientific method of recording business transactions. In India, most of the business concerns have adopted this system. However, there are some misunderstanding among the Indian businesses community of its being very rigid and difficult. Therefore, they adopt the single entry system with some modification. Now, as you are clear with the double entry bookkeeping system, which is based on the classification of accounts like the debit and credits, and the classification of accounts deals with the personal account and impersonal account. In impersonal, we have the real accounts and the nominal accounts, and for each and every account, there is a debit and credit rule. So, based on that, the accounting system works. So now what are the golden rules of these classification of accounts? So the accounts are classified into real account, personal account and nominal account. The rule of real account is debit what comes in, credit what goes out, and it is applicable where all the real accounts of business are there, like the assets. Then personal account, the rule is debit the receiver and credit the giver, and this rule is applicable to the person, group of person or artificial entity. Then we have the nominal account. The rule is debit all expenses or losses and credit all incomes or gains, and this rule is applicable to all the incomes, expenses, gains or losses. So now based on the second point, that is what how to journalize those transactions, the golden rules of accounting are applicable. Now the process of recording the transactions. So there are certain steps which needs to be followed by the businessman. So how to record the business transaction? So the first step is confirm that the things are to be recorded is a transaction. Once you have been confirmed that, then identify the nature of the transaction, whether it is a real or personal or nominal. Then identify which two accounts are in what. Then identify the class type of account, that is classification of accounts applicable to those two accounts. Then find out each aspects of account is affected as per the rules. Then find out the rule which is applicable for each aspect of transaction. Once you are clear with that, find out which account is to be debited and which account is to be credited. And after that, confirm the amount to be debited or credited. So these are the steps of recording the transactions in journal. So we'll take one example to understand the process of journalizing the transaction. So purchase goods of rupees 1000 from Shamrao on credit. So this is a business transaction, alright. Then these are the credit purchases of goods. So here there are two accounts. One is the real account and one is the personal account. Real account, that is purchase account, or we can say goods account, is a real, and Shamrao is a personal account. So goods are coming into the business and Shamrao is the giver. So here the rule of real account and personal account is applicable. So goods account will be debited because the goods comes into the business, and Shamrao account will be credited because he is the giver. and goods account will be debited rupees 1000 and Shamrao account will be credited rupees 1000. So in this way we can enter the transactions into the journal. Now we'll see the various examples of personal accounts, real accounts and nominal accounts. Those are generally in all the transactions or in all the numericals which you are supposed to have in your examination. So if we see the personal account, the examples are Rajesh account, Dinesh capital account, Suresh drawing account, Mahesh loan account, Kamlesh current account, Somesh and company account, Messrs Danish brothers account, Umesh trading company account, Philips India limited account, Godrej India, Texmo, Dena Bank, Sassoon Hospital, Neswadia College account, Boat Club account. These all are the examples of personal account. Now, if we see the examples of real accounts, these all are the assets of the company. Those are tangible or intangible assets. So, machinery account, land account, building, furniture, motor vehicle, goodwill, patents, cash, loose tools, investment, livestock, goods account, stores and spare parts, typewriters, stock of stationery, plant and other things. So these all are the examples of real account. And the last, that is nominal account. So commission account, rent account, salary account, audit fees account, carriage accounts, wages, advertising account, postage, printing, discount, brokerage account, electricity charges, bad debt, dividend, motive powers, etc. are some of the examples of nominal account. So now you have been cleared with the various types of account. So we'll stop here, and in the next session we'll see certain examples of journalizing the transactions. So thank you.